I didn't just tweet, I also bought $10 million worth of Bitcoin and Ethereum.
What happened exactly?
We hit the bottom, everything's going up higher. We should see new highs both for Ethereum and Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Momentum is with us. There was a little bit of selling. People weren't sure where we're going higher.
So, new highs, what are we talking about here?
Still same projection. So next year, we're gonna hit 140 to 160, blow off top. It may be before tax day, before April 15, or we may slip into Q2, but we're gonna have a blow off top and then we're going below 100,000. I think there's too many sellers at that level.
Yeah.
We're gonna probably retest it. The bottom is gonna be at a new high, 80 to 90,000 after that.
Ethereum's gonna test a new high as well. Can it reach 5,000?
It's gonna test 5,000.
It's gonna test 5,000. What does that mean? And it's gonna maybe...
It's a hard number. Look, we went to 4,700 last time, right? We had the resistance there. We're gonna have a lot of resistance at 4,900.
I'm sensing you're more bullish on Bitcoin than you are on Ethereum.
No,
Is that true?
I actually tweeted that I bought more Ethereum than Bitcoin.
Yeah, because you believe the Ethereum flipping is still happening, right?
I believe that Ethereum is running faster because it is locking up more and more assets ETH2 is locking up more and more assets, so supply is being shrunk faster than on the Bitcoin network.
And people, explain the Ethereum supply equation, because there is unlimited supply, but you're only allowed to mint a certain number of ETHs per year, right?
So ETH has a 3% inflation, but it also has a burn.
Yeah.
So because of the burn, the inflation is almost zero.
Okay.
Bitcoin has 3% inflation, so it actually is at 3% created every year, right? Ethereum on top of it also has what's called ETH2, meaning you can put ETH into a contract to earn yield, and because when you lock it in, you cannot take it out. So every day, more and more ETH is being taken off the market, plus you have the burn, that is creating artificial limited supply, meaning you need less buyers to push prices higher.
So we're at this DeFi conference. I'm talking to so many people building apps on Ethereum, on Solana, you name it. Why aren't they building as many apps on Bitcoin?
Well, Bitcoin does not have a smart contract. It does not have that development environment. But Celsius just launched a new project, Celsius X. The website is celsiusx.io. And we are natively going to enable people to go between 16 different blockchains.
Wow.
So you don't have to use bridges, or you don't have to choose where to work on. You can take any asset. You can take Bitcoin, put it on Solana. You can take Ethereum, put it on Cardano, and so on, so on.
Well, what's the advantage of that? Why do I need to transfer?
No fees, instant availability. You can also retrieve instantly. So it gives you this instant access, and you can create any pairs. You can create any kind of combinations, which is amazing for crypto. It builds bridges between all the different castle, like Bitcoin is a castle, Ethereum is a castle.
Right.
We build the bridges and the roads between all of them.
Okay, let me ask you this. What's it going to take for 1 billion people to use Bitcoin?
So look, the real competition is not between the dollar and the Bitcoin. I think the real competition is digital yuan, China, versus Bitcoin as alternative solutions, alternative store of values to the US dollar. Because if you're in the US dollar, you already believe the TradFi, or traditional finance. Only if you want to move out, you have to make a decision. Am I going into gold? Am I going into digital yuan as a currency? Or am I going into Bitcoin or other crypto assets?
Yeah.
So I don't see Bitcoin competing with the dollar.
Okay. I've been getting asked this a lot by the visitors here at the conference. Risks to Bitcoin, in particular government regulations. They asked me, hey, can Bitcoin be banned, or any sort of peer-to-peer system be banned because they don't want any competition to the digital yuan, CBDC, FedCoin, whatever? And I tell them, well, China already tried that. That didn't work out so well. But anyway, what's your response to the fear of government crackdowns on peer-to-peer systems, not just Bitcoin?
So the crackdown has already happened, if you haven't heard. The United States decided to tax Bitcoin. It's great news. Why? If they want to tax it, they don't want to ban it. So Biden's entire economic plan is based on the 1.6 billion, whatever that they passed, the 1.6 trillion, right. Is based on taxation. It's based on recovering a lot of that money through taxation. And Bitcoin represents like over 30 billion of that taxation.
Before we continue, help us clicking that YouTube like button and subscribe now to our channel. This shows the algorithm that you valued this information. And it helps us spread that message. Sharing is caring. And now, let's continue.
The underlying assumption, I guess, from the Biden administration is that Bitcoin is not going away, and as a form of money, it could grow even more, so we need to monetize on this, right?
The United States is locking horns with the digital yuan, not with Bitcoin. The fight is between China and the United States, locking horn to figure out who is going to be the reserve currency of the world. Bitcoin is not a contender to be a reserve currency of the world.
Why are they even competitors to CB, Chinese yuan and Bitcoin? Like, different use cases.
So China is going to force all of their economic partners, everybody who's using the Belt and Road Initiative, 68 countries, to use the digital yuan. It's not just 1.4 billion Chinese citizens. Every one of the commercial partner will have to denominate transaction in digital yuan.
Yeah, okay. Do you think, again, not a comparison to the US dollar, but do you think that Bitcoin could one day have a higher value in circulation than all the USDs in the world?
It may happen. I think, again, when the two big boys fighting, there's a lot of scraps, and Bitcoin will be feeding on those scraps.
Yeah.
Will it become bigger than the other two guys? If they keep printing money, yes. The answer is yes.
You're a technologist. You're one of the founders of VoIP, so you're very in tune with technological innovations. What do you think about Web 3.0, the metaverse, and some of these new themes that we're seeing here at the conference?
So I'm a big supporter of Web 3.0. I think decentralization is a long-term momentum, is something that's going to happen across the board. I'm not a Meta supporter. I don't, because Meta / Facebook / Metaverse is not Web3. Meta is centralizing the internet. Meta is trying to basically replace Bitcoin with its own currency, right? With its own token, and launch that and basically convince you and me to use their infrastructure in the metaverse versus Bitcoin in the decentralized world.
Sure.
So, no metaverse.
You're not a fan of the metaverse?
No. It's a metamorphosis of what we're trying to do.
That's too bad. I was hoping to see an Alex Mashinsky avatar. I was gonna, do an interview with you in the metaverse. Well, if Facebook or Meta comes out with a token, maybe you list it, right?
We're neutral in the wallet,
yeah.
So we have to add what our customers want and what's safe. If Facebook issues a token and we think it's safe, we'll add it to the wallet.
That's a good point. Final question. How do you evaluate the safety of tokens? Because I've talked to some projects that are unlisted. Obviously, you can't list everything. What's your selection criteria?
So two main components. One is the code safe? Is it been around long enough? Right, so time is a very good tester. Think about it this way, Bitcoin, the bounty on Bitcoin, if you crack Bitcoin, is $1.5 trillion.
Yeah.
Every hacker in the world tried to go at Bitcoin and failed. So if a project is 6 months old, normally that's not enough time for it to be tested with real kind of, and if the market cap is not big enough, if it doesn't have several $1 billion locked up, it may not be a big enough target. All the big targets have been tested. North Korea and Iran and all these guys already tried to hack it because it's like free money for them, right? So that's one element. The second element is, does it have real utility? Can you use it for commerce? Can you use it for yield? And so on and so on.
Do you want to know one thing about crypto? I made over 3,000% in profit in a few weeks. Fact is, the traditional financial system, the traditional money system makes you poor, not rich. If you want to earn $500,000, $1 million, you have to wait until you're 50, 60, 70 in the traditional financial system, and you probably will still be broke. And you will be old. This is not a sexy combination, as you can imagine. But the question is, how can you start in crypto and make these profits? Where to invest? Where to start? My name is Gunnar and I'm from Germany, as you can hear, and things are a little bit different in Germany. More about that later on. Fact is, there are lots of different cryptocurrencies. It's a gigantic universe where beginners and professionals get easily lost. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. There are 7 key steps you need to follow to become successful in this market. You have to know them, and if you fail one of them, it's literally impossible to succeed in this market. Just an example, one of the key points is your exchange, and one of the biggest are, for example, Binance and Coinbase. These are trusted and well-established exchanges, but, and this is a big but, you won't find the super profitable coins on those exchanges. The unknown super profitable coins that get gigantic profits are not traded on those kind of exchanges. They are traded on much smaller insider platforms that are barely known. And I can tell you what those super secret exchanges are and why they are so profitable. And another super important thing are the right information sources. The point is, the internet is gigantic. There are hundreds and hundreds of YouTube channels, blogs, pages, and much more. And there are also market makers and influencers. For example, Elon Musk, he is not a crypto guy, but the moment he recommended Dogecoin, it went through the roof, to the moon, so to say. But why did he recommend it? Where did he hear it from? He didn't hear it from newspapers. And believe me, he is listening to someone. But you have to know who, and you have to react before he is reacting. This is really, really important. And these are only 2 of the 7 steps you have to follow in order to be successful in crypto. And if you want to know all of these steps in much more detail, and if you want to have a comprehensive checklist, here's what you should do. There is a link below this video. Click on this link and you will get the opportunity to subscribe to my channel. Click on the link and you will see a video where I explain the next steps. So see you soon. Click on the link now. I'll see you there.